Hi guys, welcome to another new tutorial on the channel. If you are new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe and also give this video a thumbs up if you find it helpful. So in today's tutorial, we're going to be learning how to make a stylish draped skirt, and this is my skirt pattern. This is the front pattern. I placed it on my fabric to cut the back. I added my necessary allowance on the side and also added my zipper allowance. So guys, I'm going to be working with the front pattern. I also went ahead to notch my zipper allowance part, so I'll know where I'm going to place my zip later on while sewing. So guys, the next thing I'm going to do is to open up my pattern. As you can see, it was on fold. I'll open it up, and then that line you see over there is the hip line. That's about 8 to 9 inches from the waistline. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do now is to mark about 5 inches from the side of this skirt. That's from the waistline. I'll come down by 5 inches, and then I'm going to mark that point. So after marking that point, I'll go ahead to connect it to my hip line and then to the other end of the skirt. So guys, just watch carefully to see how I do this. I'm just going to mark that, connect it to that hip line like so, and then to the end of the skirt. So you can go in by 1 inch, 1.5 inches, or just connect it to the end. It depends on you, whatever you want to achieve. So for me, I just connected it from that point to the hip line and then to the other end of the skirt. I'm going to be doing this with dotted lines before I connect it with a bolder line. So as you can see, I connected it to that point. Sorry about my light. And then to the other end of the skirt, as you can see. So it's optional. You can connect it to the end. You can go in by 1 inch. You can go in by 1.5 inches. So guys, after that, I went ahead to connect it with a border line. And that is it for this. You can see how it looks already. So the next thing I'm going to do is to mark 5 inches downwards again from the other side of the waistline, and this time around I'm going to be connecting it to the other end of the skirt as well. So just watch carefully to see how I connect this. So I'm still going to be using dotted points, as you can see. Go that way until I get to the other end. So guys, you can just eyeball this, okay, to see the kind of coverage you want for your skirt. For me, I just went ahead to eyeball it and then mark the dotted points for the kind of coverage I wanted. So it all depends on what you want to achieve. You can go ahead to use your rule to connect the points. I wanted to use my rule, but I discovered that freehand would be better for me at this point, so I just dropped that aside and then use my freehand to connect my points. So guys, you can see how this looks. I was not satisfied with the first line, so I went ahead to draw another line. You can see me trying to draw the other line like so. Okay, so I just connected that, and then for the lower part I also drew another line like so. Yes, I think I'm satisfied with this. So I'm not going to be using the first line. I'll just go ahead to use the second line. Like I said, you can eyeball this to see the kind of coverage you want for your skirts. So guys, after that we are done with this part. I'm going to introduce a new pattern paper to trace out the first line we'll drew, because we'll be needing two pieces of this. So guys, I'm just going to go ahead to bring my fresh pattern paper, and then I will place this on top of it. So guys, this is my my fresh pattern paper. I'm just going to trace this line using my marker. You can use a tracing wheel if you have one. I use my marker to trace the line like so. So it's going to appear on the other side of the paper. Then I also went ahead to trace the side of the skirt from that point like so. And then on the other side, I also traced it downwards like so, making sure that the waist aligns with the other paper, the starting point of the other paper like so. I traced the lines, and then I'm going to take this out, and then you can see the lines I have traced. I'll just go ahead to make it bolder. Then I'll go in with my scissors and cut this out. Please, if you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much. Please give this video a thumbs up if you find it helpful. You can also follow us on Instagram. So guys, I'm gonna head to cut the other part, and you can see how it looks already. You can see, so this is how yours should look. So the next thing we're going to do is to draw slash lines on this other piece. So I'm going to be marking 3 inches, 3 inches, 3 inches, and 3 inches, about 4 lines. Then on the other side, I'll go ahead to mark. You can measure what's there and divide it by 4, but for me I just marked 1 inch apart like so. I had 4 lines, 4 points. Then I'll go ahead to connect that to the 3 inches like so. So I'll be using my rule to do this. You guys can see this is how yours should look like so. Okay, so you can see how it looks. The next thing I'm going to do is to cut this. So be careful not to cut all through your paper. You just cut to a certain point and then stop. Just watch how I am cutting mine. And then the last one, cut like so and then stop. You can see how it looks. So I'm just going to spread this out and show you guys. So this is it. I'll just go ahead to bring my fabric, and then I'll place that on my fabric. So guys, this is my fabric. I'm using a Duchess fabric for this. So I'll just go ahead to place it like so, and then I'll introduce my paper, my pattern, and then place it like so, and then I'm going to spread it up. You can see how I placed it. I'll just go ahead to spread. Just watch carefully to see how I'm going to spread this out. So I'm going to spread about 6 inches apart from each of these pieces. Guys, this fabric is slippery. I was just trying to control it to make sure it lays well. So guys, after spreading, I'll just go ahead to use my tip and confirm the 6 inches I want to be apart on each of the pieces. I'll go ahead to use my pins to first of all hold it down, and then I will spread like so, and then I will pin. As I spread, I will pin to hold it down. So guys, you just need to take your time on this step, okay? You don't have to rush it. So guys, this is it. I'll just go ahead to cut this out with my scissors. So guys, I'm going to cut, and then I will go ahead. I've already gone ahead to cut it. I will go ahead and pleat the other side before I cut. You can see how I'm pleating. I'll just pleat like so. This fabric is very slippery. I had to do other step off camera, but you can see this is how I pleated, and I pinned as I pleat. Then guys, this is how it looks. So what I did was to add extra allowance on the side for joining allowance, because I did not add that initially on my pattern. And then also on this side that I pleated, I also go ahead to add joining allowance. So I won't cut directly on the part where the pattern paper is. I'll just add allowance for joining, because this is the side piece, it also needs allowance. So guys, this is it after I was done. You can see how it looks already. So guys, this is it. Then I'll just go ahead to remove my pins. So I just remove my pins and then set them aside. For the pleats, while I remove the pins, I'll make sure I replace it back, because I don't want to scatter my pleats. I still want them in place after removing the pins. So I'll just remove a pin, remove and pin until I get to the end. So guys, after that, we are done with this part of the skirt. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you find it helpful, and also share with your friends. So you just have to be careful with this part. Take your time. And that's the end part. I'll just pin that and then set the pattern piece aside. So guys, you can see how it looks already. You can see how our pleats are looking. So the next thing I'm going to do is to introduce the other side. I also went ahead to cut that side on my fabric. Then I also added allowance to the side, joining allowance, because I did not add joining allowance initially on my pattern while cutting. So you can see I'll just cut like so, and then I add allowance on this side, then on the other side, yes, and then that's all. So guys, you can see this is how it looks. Just go ahead to bring the other piece and place it on it so you guys can see. So guys, we have come to the end of this tutorial. Please don't forget to like and share this video with your friends. Bye, love you guys, and see you in my next one.